What's going on, people, and welcome to my match recap and player ratings for yesterday's Carabao round of 16 game. Manchester United 2, Burnley 0. I feel like we the better team. I feel like Burnley definitely tested us at times. They look like a very different outfit now under company, doing a great job there. They play a different style of football now, possession based. And very quick. They've got some pacey players now. I was very impressed with that Benson on the right, and also on the other side on the left was that Matson, I think his name was, a Belgian, and I think Benson was a Belgian, and I think Matson is from Holland. Not sure where he got them from, but impressed me big time, both of them, especially Benson. Quite a few times in the game he threatened our goal, and you can tell that he needs to polish up on his finishing and the final ball in the box and stuff. But in terms of getting there, dribbling ability and pace, like, I think he really tested Malacia, and he was definitely a threat. So I think Burnley will definitely be back up next year, and look forward to seeing him if Kompany stays, because he's definitely changed the culture there, and I think the fans will love him for it. And they're playing some attractive football, so I was very impressed with us getting the 3 points yesterday, considering how Burnley played. So I'm delighted with a win. I think there was a few players that were below average. There was a few that I had above. And it bodes well going into the first Premier League game back against Forest, which I expect us to win. Forest winning yesterday in the Cup as well, but I expect us to win that at home at Old Trafford. We should be dealing with Forest. I was very impressed with Rashford and Casemiro. Those were my two standout players. Casemiro obviously filling in at centre-back because of an ill Harry Maguire, and he partnered Lindelof at centre-back and looked like a natural centre-back and 10 times better than Maguire is. So, like, we know the class of Casemiro. I think he's a Rolls Royce of a player. He did make a mistake near the end of the game, but other than that, I thought he was flawless. A little bit of his passing might have been off at times, but only by inches. And I thought he just looked like he was chilling. So you can tell the class. And Rashford obviously went on an amazing run and got a brilliant, well-taken goal from his own half, started, and then ended up scoring. Wonderful goal, and he's full of confidence at the moment, Rashford. Should have featured more in the World Cup as well for me, but that's down to Southgate. And when his confidence is good and he's free of injuries, he's definitely someone that just needs to work on the consistency. Like, when he's at it, he's really, really talented, but he's struggled in the past with injuries and consistency and just his attitude at times. He said that he come out recently saying he was struggling with mental illness before, up till sort of the beginning of this season. And we can tell the difference already this season. He's been leaps and bounds above the last few seasons before that. So when he's happy and confident, I think he's a brilliant player. And he's showing that at the moment. I just hope he can stay clear of injuries. He needs to get these run of games still, stay in the team, and just keep on that confidence he's got, because I think he's a problem for anyone on his day when he's playing like he is. As for my player ratings, Dubravka started in goal, which I would have started De Gea myself, and Dubravka looked very dodgy, a few times put us in trouble. And there was that point where Casemiro passed the ball back to him, and he just casually put his foot out to control it, but already looking up the pitch, and it sneaked under his foot, and it nearly went in, and he had to track back and desperately try and get it before it crossed the line, which he did, but it was close. And a few times he come out and flapped at it and missed, and just looked dodgy. So Dubravka for me, 4. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'd give him a 6 in the end. I thought he started off pretty poor, and he did get caught a few times with pace at the back from Matson, but he obviously got the assist for the Eriksen goal. Very well taken assist in terms of he kind of volley crossed it across the box for Eriksen. So I'd give him a 6 overall. Lindelof a 4. I don't think he had a great game. His passing was off. He got done a few times with pace and trickery, and he missed a header at one point that he should have done a lot better with from a corner. So yeah, Lindelof not great. 4. Casemiro obviously at centre back yesterday, filling in, and I thought he'd done a fantastic job. Arguably man of the match for me, but I give it to someone else, which I'll get to in a minute. But he was close. I give him the same rating as my man of the match. I just thought the other one probably deserved it a little bit, slightly bit more, but I thought he did a fantastic job. 7. Malacia, 6. Obviously had to deal with that Benson on the right. It was a good battle. And even though Benson had a good game, I think Malacia did enough. And it was a long night for him dealing with his pace and that. And I think he did an okay job. Probably did get beat a few too many times, but we didn't get punished for it, luckily. So I'd give Malacia a 6. I think going forward, he offered quite a bit. And he's always about the pitch in terms of putting the effort in, tracking players down and tackling. So thought he had a good game. 6. Eriksen, 4. I know he scored the goal, but it was literally on the goal line, a tap in. I don't think he was involved enough in the game. So for me, a bit disappointing and underwhelming from Eriksen. I'd give him a 4. McTominay, 3. I don't see what he offers. He hides behind the opposition players when his centre-backs have the ball. He doesn't give them an option to pass to because he hides behind the opposition players and pretends he's in space. But how are you going to get the ball to him if you're standing directly behind the opposition? And I think he does that on purpose to shift responsibility. I just don't think he's good enough. A few times, like, giving the ball away too much. I just think he's not good enough. And again, he showed it. 3. Garnacho, 4. A few times he was put through on goal and he took forever to get his touch right and take too many touches. And I think his decision-making yesterday let him down big time. Had the opportunities but fluffed them. So 4 for Garnacho. Bruno, 5. Obviously started off the Eriksen goal with the ball out wide to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I thought he was more involved than Eriksen was, and he was involved in one of the goals. So I think he did okay, but nothing spectacular. I'd give Bruno an average. Rashford, 7. Same as Casemiro, but I give man of the match to Rashford because of that goal, really. I think he started a bit slow, but then that mazy run and the goal, how he took it, I think it deserved man of the match just for that moment. So I'd give him man of the match, but I'm not mad if you give it to Casemiro because I was close to giving it to him too. But a fantastic goal from Rashford. Hopefully it continues. Martial, 5. Didn't really get a ton of service, but a few times he maybe could have done a bit better. Again, probably takes too many touches at times when he should just first time hit a shot or just move the ball quicker. I think he was okay, but in and out of the game, average, 5. And then the subs, we had Shaw, Williams, Anthony, Fred and Alanga. I give Shaw and Williams an average. Didn't have a lot of time. Didn't do anything wrong. Anthony, a 3. He came on, and similar to Garnacho, he took too many touches on the ball. There was one point where we countered, and he had to put it across the box to someone. And he took forever to do it. And by the time he released the ball, it was behind the player he was supposed to pass to. So I don't think he was good when he come on. And he got booked as well for a silly foul. So Anthony, 3. Fred, 5. Average. Don't think he did anything when he came on. Nothing spectacular, but didn't do anything wrong. And then Alanga was disappointing for me. I know he came on, but I didn't notice him. I couldn't even spot him on the pitch. And when that's the case, you know you're having a terrible game. Didn't have a ton of time, but for why he was on the pitch, I couldn't even spot him. And when you can't notice someone as a substitute and you're meant to come on and impact, he really didn't. And I think Alanga is just not... I wanted him to be, but I don't think he's good enough for this club. It's same as McTominay. Certain players, even Brandon Williams, them 3, and I know he got an assist, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. I just feel like these 4 players don't suit our club, really. So disappointing from Alanga, I'd give him a 3. And then Erik ten Hag, I'd give him a 7. We got the win against a decent, improved Burnley side that threatened at times with our keeper who was dodgy, and we still got the win. So good bounce back from the tournament of the World Cup finishing. A lot of these players didn't go, but some of them did, and I think it's a good confidence boost going into that first league game back to hopefully spur us on to get the 3 points in the league. So man of the match for me would be Rashford. Ten Hag gets a 7. And hopefully we can bounce and push on from this. Let me know your ratings in the comments, guys. And later today, I will be doing my World Cup post team of the tournament. So watch out for that. I'll be dropping that later today. See you guys later.